to Confidence. It's available on Amazon. Curves to Confidence. And it writes really well too. I like that one. I have one that's dog themed. That's me. I have one that's cat themed. That's not me. I got one for anxiety. I got one for busy mom. Those are my 5 journals. You can just use blank, just regular paper. This is on the back of like a little contract. You want to jot. You want to get used to writing. You can have note cards. I have my note cards here. There you go. What have you done for the work, Sally Meadows? Good evening. How are you doing? Journaling, dreaming. That's right. Yin Yang. Denise Montero. Good morning. Some of the old regular crew is here. We got about another 2 minutes, and then we'll get going here. Waiting for some more people to join us. All right. While we're waiting, there's bad weather heading through the United States. Y'all stay safe up there. The Midwest is getting a lot of snow again today. The Southeast, Northeast getting snow too. The Southeast is getting some treacherous storms, a lot of rain, tornadoes, things like that. Be careful. Anita Louise, I know, is watching from Hawaii. That's awesome. Lori, where are you watching from? Get ready for work. Awesome. That's right. Vancouver. Awareness of the importance of journaling. Yes. What have you taken away? Gina G. Good morning. Dr. V. Look at that picture. That's a nice picture. Thelma Gonzalez. What's up, girl? It seems like people get more a steadier feed if they watch on YouTube. I don't know. Facebook has been pretty crazy. Nasty weather in San Francisco, is it? What's going on? It's always, I thought it was always the same. 60 degrees and foggy. You know, Mark Twain's famous quote, the coldest winter I ever spent was the summer I spent in San Francisco. The coldest winter I ever experienced was the summer I spent in San Francisco. It is true. It is true. Jennifer Napier is on with us. We got about 1 more minute, guys, and then we'll go live. So hit the share button for me. And we're actually going to meditate today, believe it or not. So it's going to be a short one. It's going to be a short one today. Got lots to do. I am going to be traveling here next week or so. I have my mastermind to go to in Sedona. I wanted to say Scottsdale. I was like, not Scottsdale, Sedona. All right. Pula, imagining, meditating, jotting. Yes, yes, yes. Las Vegas. Yep. Big Las Vegas. Linda's here. Denise E. Henry. Good morning. What have you guys gotten from? Oh, this is a cardigan, not a robe. I'm a keeper. We all got matching shirts. But this is a cardigan. It's one of my old cardigans. I've had this cardigan for maybe 10 years. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Good morning, Bry McClendon. Hope you guys are doing great. Sheila Bernal. Hit the share button. Let's get started. Okay. Have a cup of coffee. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 11 of the 2024 challenge. I'm going live every single day to help you get your 24 kicked off right. We've been talking about journaling. We've been talking about goal setting, getting clear on your goals. Let me summarize for you. You got to get clear on your goals. Average people do not have goals. And if they do, they're really fuzzy goals. It's not just the goals, but it's the systems behind the goals, the everyday, the little things you do to get you towards your goals. Are your goals worthy of your life? Don't ask, are you worthy of your goals, but are your goals worthy of you? Goals are not something off in the distant future you'll reach one day. One day I'll have $1,000 in my bank. One day I'll have a new car. One day I'll have a new man. No, goals are your life because that's what you're doing every day to working towards your goal. And as that time passes, that time is called your life, okay? And if you know why you don't do it, you know, in your subconscious mind, you have paradigms, and these paradigms keep you from these habitual thinking patterns, drive you to do habitual behaviors, and all behaviors are habitual. And problem is these paradigms you are unaware of these paradigms. You're not conscious of them. That's what it means to be in the subconscious mind. And if you are conscious of them, then that means they're not the problem. If you know, you swear, Dr. V, I swear I'm overweight because my parents made me clean off my plate when I was a little kid, then that's not the problem. Because paradigms, you are unaware of your paradigms. You are unaware of what you're doing. So if you think that's the problem, then it's not the problem. You got to keep working. And then in terms of goals, Dr. V, I want to lose 10 pounds of weight regain. I want to lose 20 more pounds. You've already lost weight. Goals are meant to make you stretch. It's not for the results. You don't set goals for the results. You guys have all lost weight before. You guys have all earned, depending on how long you've lived, $500,000 probably by now. If you're, been working for the last 30 years, at least 100,000. Come on, at least a million bucks. So you've already made money before. So if you've already done it, it can't be a goal. You've all lost weight before. It's already in your present life. So then you don't have. But Dr. V, I really need the money. I really want to lose. I never got down to goal weight. Well, now you're just being stubborn, right? Now you're just not doing what you already know to do, right? Because you guys have already all lost weight before. You guys have already opened a bank account. You guys have seen that bank account go up. And you've seen that bank account go down. So those aren't goals. Those are not goals. Do not set goals for the results. You set goals for the growth. Goals equal growth. Now, the first challenge was to stop watching the news. Because in your conscious mind, how do things get into your conscious mind? Bob Proctor teaches us it's the five senses. Sight, you watch the news. Hearing, you lost 2 hours of your life last night listening to the Republican GOP presidential debate between DeSantis and Haley. And you're like, dude, that's 2 hours I ain't ever getting back. Neither one of them are going to win. Why are you watching it? But you hear it in the back. Oh, Dr. V, that's why I don't watch it. I go to the kitchen. Yeah, but you hear it, don't you? Well, I need some noise to I need something going in the background. That shit fucks you up. That's a problem. So you also read Cosmopolitan magazine, these trash magazines that tell you you're not worth it. You're imperfect. You're not skinny enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not fabulous enough. And that's a lie. You smell things, you taste things. I don't like the taste of broccoli. I don't like the taste of fish heads. You've never had fish head. The most delicate part of a tuna is right underneath the collar, right back here of the fish heads. Tender, delicious, amazing. You've never had oxtails. How would you know? I don't like okra. You've never had it. You've never had it. Nice. I love slimy okra, man. I love me some slimy okra. You've never had fish eyeballs. You never crunched on fish tails. Fish tails are amazing, by the way. I had some crunchy fish tails last night. I made some fish. Don't worry, we will do some green smoothies, some salads, some cooking, then demos, things like that. But today we're going to meditate. Oh yeah, sight, sense, smell, taste, touch. And then you have your 6 higher faculties. See, average people, and remember the background for these talks. What does it mean to be average? Average Americans are overweight, living paycheck to paycheck. 60% of Americans have been divorced. 80% of Americans are dissatisfied or unengaged in their job, so they don't really like their job. 80%. That's why the checkout girl doesn't care about your groceries. Doesn't care that they're taking too long. I will tell you what, man, I freaking hate Walmart. And I don't know what they do to their cashiers at Walmart. They are the slowest, pokiest things. It's like if I go slower, somehow it'll make my day better. It's the wrong attitude. You go to HEB, which is a grocery chain here in Texas. Dude, they've got their cashiers just like slide. Hi, how you doing? Just slide, greet you. They have every cashier has a bagger. They bag. All the cashiers are open. It's amazing. Why am I talking about this? Oh, because you have 6 higher faculties: perception, how you perceive things, how you look at things; will, determination, don't give up, stick to itiveness or willpower; imagination, which is how you get actually the goals. The proper goals to set are the ones where you have to use your imagination because you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get what it is you want. Memory. We all misremember. We all think about our childhood in different ways. But because of our failures in the past, we learn how to do things better in the future. I take Mason, my 7-year-old, to 2nd grade almost every morning if I'm in town. Every morning if I'm in town. And on the way there, we do positive affirmations. And we always start every single day since she was in pre-K. We started doing it, and she started pre-K at the pandemic 2020. So that fall, nervous about starting PK, but we did it. Anyway, so we do these positive affirmations. I am happy. That's the first affirmation. Is always I am happy. And she yells out, I am happy. And then I say, I am healthy. She goes, I am healthy. See, we all have lots of dreams, but the sick person only has one dream. The person fighting cancer only has one dream. So how lucky are you to wake up today, to not be sick? Even if it's just the flu, even if it's just the cold, even if it's just COVID, your one dream is to get better. Okay? Perception, will, imagination, memory, intuition, which we've learned to ignore, intuition, and reasoning, deduction, figuring it out. And that's a whole college course, field of study called logic. Oh, back to the affirmations. So then we go, I am happy. That's how she chooses to go through her day. I am healthy. And then we do other things. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I love to learn. I try hard. It's more important to tell kids that they try hard, not to tell them, Erica, I've given her a bottle already. To try hard, not to, don't tell them they're smart. It's more important to tell them to try hard. I try hard. And then a couple of months ago, I threw a curveball on her. I said, I love to fail. And she goes, what? No, it's bad to fail. You don't want to fail. No. And then I said, it's through failing that I succeed. And she goes, oh, it's through failing that I succeed. And now she's changed her entire perception about failure. And her older sister, when I was in the hospital last month, her older sister came and helped out and took her to school. And she was teaching her older sister how to do affirmations. And she said, Daddy, I told Kizzy, I said, I love to fail. And Kizzy says, what? No, failing's bad. You don't want to fail. And I told her, that's how you succeed. And she goes, oh, okay. You see, it's super important, perception, how you see things. Let me give you a few that fuck y'all up, okay? Let me give you a few perceptions. Comment if you have ever said losing weight is hard. Dr. V has never thought losing weight is hard. Oh, it's a struggle. Why? Why would you struggle? Oh, I'm a little anxiety ball. Why would you choose to be an anxiety ball? Why wouldn't you choose to be happy? Why wouldn't you love challenges? See what I'm saying? Comment if you've ever said money doesn't grow on trees. Comment if you've ever said Comment if you've ever said, like, money doesn't make you happy. See? Why? Why would you choose that? You know? Why would you choose that? Let me ask you a question. You believe in a higher power? Whether you name it God, Yahweh, or Bertha, or energy, or source. Did your God put you on this planet to be fat and anxious and stressed out? And if they did, why would you believe in that? Why would you believe in that God? Why would you believe in a God that keeps money away from you? You see what I'm saying? So, like, I choose to bless the day, right? I choose to make losing weight easy, getting fit, earning money. Now, the last couple of days, I've been talking about what if. So some people ask me, "What are your goals? What are your goals?" And they wrote down like, "Oh, my goal is to save $1,000 this year. My goal is to save $10,000 this year." Let me ask you this question: how much did you make last year? Average American makes $52,000 a year, right? $52,000 a year, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. They're living paycheck to paycheck, right? And now, because the clock struck midnight on January 1st, they've decided, Dr. V, I'm going to save $10,000 this year. That's 900. That's $900, $850 a month. Let's call it $800 a month. Where are you going to get an extra $800 a month? Let's say you're taking home $4,000 a month, and somehow you're living paycheck to paycheck, and somehow you're going to save another $1,000 a month, roughly another quarter, another 20% on top of that. Where's that coming from? And now you see, follow me. And now it reinforces the belief that making money is hard, that life is tough, that it's the Democrats' fault, that it's the Republicans' fault, that they don't do enough to help the poor man, the little guy. See what I'm saying? Like, it reinforces that. You start looking for stuff like that. So when you sit there and you say, well, losing weight's hard, see what I'm saying? Your mom told you losing weight's hard. Oh, all the women in our family are hippie. Oh, all the women in our family get big after that second baby. And then you kind of do this thing where you go, oh, every January 1st, your sister, hey, let's do this diet together. Let's do cabbage soup. Let's do Wegovy. Let's do these new pills. Let's take these injections. Let's do this thing. Let's do this. And then what happens at 3 weeks? You give it up. You go back to the same old, same old. Life happened, Dr. V. And then you probably put the weight back on. That reinforces the belief that losing weight's hard. Yeah. I laugh about this, but I don't know. Erica's probably listening. But I used to say, I was a little Asian immigrant, and I grew up in East Texas. There are not many people that look like me in East Texas, and my little town. And when you're getting called like racial slurs, like almost every day. I mean, a week would not go by that I did not hear some racial slur thrown at me. And so it's easy to sit there and say, well, I'm invisible to girls. I was skinny little toothpick. I was nerdy. I was invisible to girls, invisible girls, invisible girls, invisible girls. And I remember when I was graduating high school, my brother said, Duck always has the prettiest girls. I'm like, what? So I went off to college. I'm invisible girls, invisible girls, invisible girls. And went off to med school. I have I'm with my oldest daughter's mother, who I'm no longer with her. Very pretty. We have a crew, our friends. This is back in the friends day. Where you go to bars and coffee shops and martinis were really big and that sort of stuff. and and I said, invisible girl. We always had the best looking crew. And people would always go like, "Hey, invite Duck. Why? He's always with the best looking girls." And then about, I don't know, I think 8 years ago, 9 years ago. No, I think Erica. How long have I been with Erica? Mason 7, 8 years, 8.5 years. I was driving down the road one day by myself, and I was like, "Why do I say that?" I started looking back about all these dates I had, and all this. I'm like, it's just not true. It's just not true. But here I am, 40 years old. Now I'm 51, so that was 42. 42 years old before I stopped saying that. 42 years old before I stopped saying I'm invisible to girls. And now I don't care because I got mine. I got my lovely. So, but these lies we tell ourselves. Why meditation, Dr. V? We're almost done, believe it or not. 2008, I was a young surgeon. I finished residency in 2005. I had $4 million worth of real estate, which you know what happened in 05, they were just giving money to anybody. And I was flipping houses, and I had some beach houses. You name it, I had it. I had a storage unit. I had an RV park. I had a mobile home park. I had a small apartment complex that had like, I don't know, 30 doors. $4 million worth of real estate. And anyone knows that only means you have $4 million worth of debt. So I started thinking, I was like, man, I feel like the market's gonna crash. And my real estate agent said, well, we closed on 36 homes last month. I think you're still good. I was like, I don't know. I bought one more, and then you know what happened in 2008, right? It tanks. My dad dies in January 2008 from colon cancer. Hurricane Ike hits me in September 2008, destroys my neighborhood. You know that little path, the tracker of the hurricane, went right through my Galveston neighborhood. That track went right through my living room. And I'm going to tell you something. If you've ever been through a tornado or a hurricane, and even if you have insurance, you want nothing left. You want that hurricane to take all of it. The last thing you want is for it to be damaged, because when it gets damaged, then everyone else's house has gotten damaged. You have to wait for the assessor to come, and then they're going to, they assess the damage, and then you have to have a contractor, and then they argue about the price, and they argue about how much the reimbursement is. And then there's so many, people waiting in line. You might wait forever to get your home fixed. So you would rather have your beach house disappear, and then you just cut a check for whatever your insurance said it was, replacement value or whatever, and be done with it. So worst thing happened to me was all my properties got damaged so that they were unlivable. Roof damage, roof leaks, things like that. So I went months without rental income, but the bank wanted their mortgage. And I had $30,000, $40,000 a month of mortgages I had to pay. And my practice was barely making any money. I just kind of gotten into bariatrics, and I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Comment if you've ever robbed Peter to pay Paul. I had to call out favors with bankers. I was like, man, I need a short-term loan, all sorts of stuff. I was bleeding out the wazoo. I was a young guy. I had no money in the bank. And then the 2008 crisis happens, and all these people, all these values drop. Dude, like it's not pretty, man. So I was treading water for 3 years, robbing Peter to pay Paul. 2011, I was trying to around 2010. I was at my wit's end. Um, was not making it. I was going to lose my practice. I was going to lose all these properties. I had the sheriffs come in like, hey, you need to clean up this property. I had no money to clean up property, all sorts of stuff. Power was getting cut off at my home. Couldn't pay the power bill. And there was this one night I remember I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no friends. I have no mentors at the time. No one really came help me clean my properties. And even if they offered, I was too proud to just tell them. So I was at my wit's end. I cried. I thought it would be better. My family would be better off without me that night. So I got into an argument with my daughter's mother. And she went to our bedroom angry. I went to the guest bedroom angry. And I laid down in the corner. I felt all alone, isolated. No one knew what I was going through. And I just crawled up into a fetal position and I cried. And I thought, boy, this world would be better without me. This world would be better without me. And I said, Duck, that's crazy. Don't do anything. And it's at that time when you're not a religious person, but you go, oh Lord, if I can make it through this somehow, I promise I will never sin again. And I said, Duck, just don't do anything. Just see the sunrise. If I just could make it to the sunrise. And I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Sometime during the night, I woke up and I crawled into bed because I'd gotten cold. And I was like, just sleep. And next morning, I wake up, I open my eyes, and I was still alive. And I said, that's it. That's it. That's my chance. And it took another year and a half. Eventually, I declared bankruptcy. I had to close down my practice. I took a job in a small town in Robinson, Illinois, as a general surgeon. I got a paycheck. I'd never gotten a paycheck from the time I graduated, 2005. And I remember that first time that money hits my bank account. And I was like, what the hell? This is how doctors really live? Like this money just shows up. You laugh, but I'd never worked before. I'd never had that before. It was bizarre. And it was when I was in that little town in Robinson, Illinois, where I started really into personal development. And I started really thinking about my life. And my family was in Houston, Texas, and I was up in southern Illinois. And my daughter was 5.5 years old. And if any of you have my book, Ultimate Gastric Sleep Success, that's Kizzy. That's Kizzy's rule. And I said, I'm going to learn to meditate. Now, for those you don't know, there are different styles of meditation. So there was this family practice doctor there who was an Indian, like from India. And I went up to him. I was like, do you know how to meditate? He goes, I'm not good at it. I said, I want to learn how to meditate. He goes, what type? And I said, there's more than one type? He goes, yeah. And I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, like you can just focus on your breathing. And he goes, I had this guru, but there's another technique where you can stare at the flame of a candle. Now, I'm like most of y'all watching me back then. I would have, if you had told me back then, you need to meditate. What's the number one response when you tell somebody you need to learn to meditate? What's the number one response? Everyone fucking says it. It drives me nuts now. Everybody always says, well, Dr. V, I'd like to learn to meditate, but I can't shut off my mind. I can't shut off my thoughts. I've tried it, and I just cannot shut off my thoughts. This is how messed up we are in this world. That is not even the purpose of meditation. Comment if you've ever thought that. I'd love to meditate, but I can't shut off my thoughts. It's too hard. Can't do it. And I'm going to tell you why that's dumb. It's dumb because what's the purpose of the brain? The purpose of the brain is to have thoughts. What is the purpose of the heart? The purpose of the heart is to pump blood. It just beats whether you want it to or not. What is the purpose of the kidneys? The purpose of the kidneys is to filter your blood. You cannot stop your heart from beating as much as you want it to. You cannot stop your kidneys from filtering your urine. And you cannot stop your brain from having thoughts. So the whole idea that, oh, in order for me to have meditation, I need to stop my thoughts. And that's not true at all. But that's what we think. Right? That's what we've been told. That's what the Western people think. They think it's some sort of, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I love you, but it's fucking bullshit. It's an excuse to not do the number one thing you can do. Write this down. Meditation is the best gift you can give yourself. No, Dr. V, those are diamonds. No, it's not. Yes, Dr. V, diamonds are a girl's best friend. No, meditation is your best friend. The number one gift you can give your kids is teach them how to meditate. The number one gift you can give yourself is the gift of meditation. So you cannot shut off your thoughts. So what do you do with your little monkey brain? You give it something to focus on, whether it's a flickering candle or it's a mantra. Most of the time, the easiest, simplest way is to just focus on your breathing. That's it. And here's what I want you to do. We're not going to do it together today, but here's all I want you to do. The first time I did it, this was probably 2012. I was in this little town in Illinois by myself. Just left my family. I YouTubed it. And I sat down I sat down on the ground. I lotus position, cross my legs, crisscrossing, legs crisscross, Indian style. And I sat there and I did this thing with my hands. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like an idiot. And I'm just gonna, YouTube says just to just breathe in, breathe out. Just focus on your breathing in, breathing out. That's all you have to do. It's just think about your breath in, think about your breath out. Think about your breath in, think about your breath out. That's the simplest form of meditation, and it will change your life. So I sit down to meditate back in 2012, my first time. And I'm breathing in, breathing out. And I set a timer. And I said, God damn, I've been sitting here for a long time. It's been 10 minutes. And I'm thinking these thoughts I got to do my records. I've got to do my medical records. What if someone pages me? Did I take out the trash? All these thoughts. Oh, shut up. Go back to your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then I'm like, man, I've been sitting here a long time. It's got to be at least 10 minutes. I opened up my eyes, looked at the timer on my phone. Guess what? Guess how long it had been? 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute. And I said, okay. I'm going to try harder. So okay, start over. Just restart the timer. This time I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. I do not move for 5 minutes. And I sit down, close my eyes. I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in, I breathe out. And then I hear this, my appliance is making this funny buzzing sound. I hear this buzz like that. I'm like, what is that buzzing sound? And I get up and I'm in my dining room. I'm like, maybe it's my refrigerator. And I walk up to my refrigerator and I put my ear against the refrigerator, It's like the buzzing, is it coming from my refrigerator? No, not coming from the refrigerator. So I was like, is my dishwasher turned on? Like, no, dishwasher's not turned on. I said, is my sink leaking? No. I sit back down. And I'm going to meditate again. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And I hear bzzz. I said, what is that noise? What's that buzzing? I get up. I said, I know what it is. I know what it is. I flushed the toilet. So it must be my toilet stuck. So I go back. I go in the bathroom. I live in this little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. I go in the bathroom and I looked at the toilet, and it's not the toilet. Nothing wrong with the toilet. So that's weird. Is it my hot water heater? I go into the garage where the hot water heater is in the washroom. No, it's not the hot water heater. It's not making noise. Not the washer and dryer. It's not the AC. It's not the. I sit down again. I said, you know what? Let me try this one more time. I sit down and I breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And I hear. And I said, oh my effing Lord. The buzzing is inside my head. Guys, the buzzing was inside my head. My head was so loud. I had gone through 3 years of treading water, trying to survive this hurricane, trying to pay my debts, trying to keep my lights on, trying to keep my family together, eventually closing my practice, eventually letting my loans default, eventually having to declare bankruptcy, moving across country, leaving my family. No wonder I could not think straight. No wonder I could not see the joy in the sunrise. No wonder I could not be happy. No wonder I was an anxiety ball. The buzzing was inside my head. I'm here to tell you, most of y'all, if you do not meditate, that's the problem. It's not the thoughts, it's the buzzing inside your head. You cannot stop your heart from beating, just like you cannot stop your thoughts from happening. When you sit to meditate, all you have to do is just focus on your breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Set a timer. This is the best gift you can give yourself. You can turn on a YouTube video that will talk you through it, that might play music, that might whatever. But simply, first thing I did was I said, I'm going to sit down and I'm not going to move my skinny Asian ass until this 5-minute timer goes off. I almost went crazy. To the tune that I opened my eyes. I said, I ain't making it 5 minutes. I turned the timer down to 2 minutes. I said, I am not moving for these 2 minutes. And I made it. I almost killed myself. I made it 2 minutes with that buzzing. And I start thinking about stuff. Did I take out the trash? No. Turn your attention back to your breathing, in and out. Just don't chase the next thought. Just let that thought go. When you have a thought, just turn your attention back to your breathing. That's all you got to do. So your challenge today is to sit down, set a timer, quiet room, 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Just like 30 seconds would change your life. Journaling, 2 minutes. Set a timer. Do not move. When your thoughts go off to, did I take out the trash? Did I unload the dishwasher? Like, just turn it back to you breathe in, breathe out. Nothing's going to happen for 2 minutes. Trust me. So the lies we tell ourselves, I don't have time to meditate, is a fucking lie. It's 2 minutes. Losing weight is hard has been a lie you've been telling yourself. Money does not make you happy. Is the reason why you don't have money. These lies, you cannot get clear on what is truth and what is lie as long as your head is buzzing. Zzz. I'm telling you. Listen to me. Last thing and I'm gone. I'm a world-class, I'm not bragging, I'm a world-class surgeon. 5 years I operated in Albuquerque, and I never took anyone back to the OR for a complication for bariatric surgery. All right? That's unheard of. I am world-class. And I will tell you, that meditation has been the hardest thing I've had to do. So the fact that you sit there and you go, oh no, it's too hard. I can't do it. I'm no good at it. Boo-hoo. This world-class surgeon is telling you it's the hardest thing I've had to try to do. And when you say you don't have time to meditate, that means that once a day. If you say you don't have time to meditate once a day, that means you have to meditate twice a day. And so I said, you know what? I don't have time to meditate once a day. And so I started meditating twice a day. So you want to meditate. The first thing you do when you wake up, I literally roll out of bed, I use the bathroom, and I sit my butt down in lotus style. That's what you want to do. In the evening meditation, you want to meditate right before dinner. Don't meditate after dinner. Right before dinner. So the second you come home, just sit down in a nice way. Even if you're pulling into your car, before you get out of your car, just sit there and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and focus on your breathing for 2 minutes before you go inside your house. And here comes the teenage drama, right? The number one gift you can give yourself is meditation. Colleen, I'm surprised you don't do it already. Love y'all very much. Have an amazing day. Be awesome. See you tomorrow. If you found value in this, there's 100 of y'all watching. Please hit the share button. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Promise yourself you'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk more about meditation tomorrow. Love y'all.